Hey, y'all, this is Ryan Monso, and this is a Talking About Them Cougars podcast from GoCougs.com. He's Brad Towns. I'm Ryan Monso, and we have a massive show tonight. Galen Robinson, Emanuel Sharp, Jack Martin, Devan Williams, and Rashawn Sanford, all here in the next 4 minutes. So you're not going to want to miss any of that. Brad, any thoughts about football since what you saw 2 nights ago?
No, nothing's changed. Just being real happy with the win.
It's weird. Just one little win changes everything.
It changes the entire scope of anything. Let's put it this way. I was not looking forward to today.
No. And then
on Thursday. On Thursday, I was not looking forward because, I mean, everything pointed to not a good showing.
Right.
And then everything changes.
Everything changes. We're going to talk to all those guys. We're going to take your comments and more. But first,
I can't do it. Okay. We'll do it live.
Okay.
We'll do it live. F- it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Star Pizza. Look at the reviews coming in. A tradition in Houston, the best pizzas in the city. Love the pizza buffet. Great variety, well-stocked, fast, reasonable price. And I bought 6 pizzas, Chicago and New York style. Wow, finally had a chance to eat delicious pizza. Bought 6. We have found Brad's burner account. Delicious and worth every penny. I highly recommend it.
And those are all really nice reviews. But thing is, we don't know who those people are. But the good thing here, being here with me, is who I am, and I'm a big fat. I'm a big fat dude. So trust the taste buds of a big fat dude. Okay. Star Pizza. It's where it's at. Galen knows what's up. Galen's been there before.
Absolutely. We all went. It's definitely where it's at.
He's seen big towns at work in there putting stuff away.
Absolutely.
Galen, are you in your survival bunker? Where are you at?
This is the gymnasium that I call the dungeon right here. This is where the work gets put in, man.
Some magic happens.
Absolutely.
Hold on. What's up with that shirt? Tell us what shirt we got going on here.
This is a University of Houston shirt.
Nice.
It's a 5K turkey trot. Virtual
5K.
You didn't even run.
What's a virtual 5K? Is it like you just
brother
on live stream?
Brother, listen. It's a shirt that you sometimes you just get cool gear. You know what I'm saying?
True.
Brad has just signed up for a virtual 20K. He is ready to go. Very happy for him. Galen, what's going on? Do you have any
controller ready for it?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, bet.
Okay, so he walks away. That's Galen. Hispanic Heritage Month rep. Shout out to TCU for their Hispanic Heritage Month celebration Friday night. All the Hispanics that came down from Houston really appreciated that. They felt very at home. And thank y'all for putting them up. Galen, so when Emanuel gets here, you're in charge of this whole thing. So make sure you're asking the good questions. You and Emanuel, y'all just do your thing. We're going to sit here like two idiots.
I really ain't got shit to ask, but I mean, actually, there's one thing I want to know.
That's good preparation.
Yeah. There's one thing I want to know.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
We'll make sure to ask.
Yeah, let me. That's a couple of things. Let me write these.
Oh,
down.
he's going to write these down.
You know what I'm saying? Let me do my good Go Cougs work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's excellent. We appreciate you putting all this time and effort into us.
Absolutely, man. You're welcome. You're welcome. How y'all been today, man? What y'all been up to? How was that? Were you guys surprised at all that we won at TCU or?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, you felt like there wasn't a lot of hope, just how the way the last 2 weeks had gone.
Yeah.
But you know, they made something of it. This is what they call in the industry stalling right here.
Hey, Ryan Elvin, how much is that big lunch special at Star Pizza?
It's a big $12.
What do you get for $12?
You get your choice of a big 8-inch New York personal pizza or big 6-inch Chicago pizza, a personal dinner salad, and a big soft drink.
I get it with a pizza and a salad?
It's still a big $12.
Can I get it with a Coke Zero?
Yep, it's a big $12.
Even if the pizza's a Starburst special?
It's still a big $12.
All that's only $12?
Yep, still a big $12. Monday through Friday, lunch at Star Pizza. Tell them Ryan Elvin sent you.
It's a big $12.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah,
Yep.
you don't have to ask. We can hear you. We have some very good questions coming in.
Absolutely.
Ryan, what was the biggest difference in offense with Chris compared to Donovan Smith? Scoring.
Yes, I agree.
Uh,
Very astute analysis from both of us.
Thank you. I mean, I'm going to say Donovan's the drive he engineered at the end of the game that basically iced it for you was the best we've seen him play here in 2 years. And he was tough, and he got the final yards he needed on that 11-yard run. He was 2 for 2 throwing the ball. I mean, as good as we have seen from Donovan, but Zion, there was a crispness that we had not seen from this offense this year. And I am discounting anything that happened in the Rice game because that does not look like a very good team over there. So I was so impressed with what I saw from Zion, but I was very impressed with what Donovan did at the end of the game. Brad?
Yeah, no, the thing that really kind of set the tone for me with watching Zion start is he walked into the huddle with a little bit more swagger. He looked confident. He looked very assured of what he's going to bring to the table. And he went out and played it. He went out and played it like that. I mean, he did not any mistakes that might have come his way didn't really bother him. He didn't seem rattled a bit. Seemed really comfortable, and that goes a long way. It goes a long way because you got a lot of guys out there who are looking to be led. They're looking for someone to lead them, basically. And I think Zion did a really good job. You know, I think he came ready to play and he executed, and he brings a little bit a different dimension. Donovan can run when he needs to, but Zion can run and be a weapon and be a devastating weapon.
Yeah, Zion is capable of running at any time, and it's coming, and he still is very effective doing it.
Right.
Galen, did you watch any of the game?
I was not able to. I had family coming in town from California, so I had to get a lot of stuff in order. Yeah, I was not able to.
Okay.
But I just saw the score and yeah, I was just like,
It's like we played 5 games in one.
It's kind of like sometimes through your darkest, Coach Sam used to say this, sometimes through your darkest moments come your brightest light. And it's just like whenever a team they've been down in something, bouncing, because I could assume that all those guys in our football locker room have pride. So obviously they've been bothered by what they've seen and how they've been performing. So being able to bounce back like this and get a win on the road, that's major. Because contrarily with Alabama, they beat Georgia, come back and lose to Vanderbilt. And it's just like you get told for a week straight how good you are, and everybody's cheering you on, and then it gets to your head, and then you show up to a game that you're supposed to win. You're not prepared. Boom, you get smacked. So that's how that goes.
Absolutely.
I didn't think we were going into the Alabama talk quite this early in the show. Is Ryan Elvin from New Orleans? No, he grew up in Round Rock. His family is from Pennsylvania. So not
you come down to Houston, you can pick up any kind of accent. You never know.
You really can.
You never know.
Element of surprise. If they had not prepared for Chris after seeing him every other series, I really think they did. They did just adjust well in the second half, but also U of H kind of let the air out of the ball and
oh yeah, no, the game plan in the second half was playing keep away,
take a knee,
run that clock.
And TCU was your biggest friend.
Oh, they
running
helped
that
us
clock
so much. They helped us so much. Thank you for subbing out every play.
Yeah, when I went and read through and looked at the numbers, I was shocked that they were basically taking as much time as U of H did in the second half. It's like, what are you doing? It was like a second difference or 2 seconds difference in what they were taking on a snap and what U of H was taking on a snap.
I mean, it really seemed like the Dana influence, because that's not the Kendall Pryles that we remember.
No.
I mean, I think we wrote at least 2 or 3 articles and talked on a podcast at least 5 or 6 times that we really like to hurry up, but we don't need to snap the ball every 5 seconds.
Right. At one point, Kendall's offense in 2018 was the fastest in the country, snapping it with like 24 seconds on the clock.
Yeah.
And that's not great. Especially when you got a lead and you're trying to keep a lead.
Yes.
Yeah.
What the hell is E-Man?
I'm texting some people and trying to figure that out. But I agree with you. Where the hell is E-Man? Not the biggest fan of this at the moment. This is a great comment from Sonny's. I listened to this on the drive home yesterday morning after my 45 minutes of sleep. Kept telling them that the QB draw was coming and we couldn't stop. I mean, the one play that you had on film of Zion Chris was the QB draw.
Yeah. Well, I liked it. Supposedly, I liked it. Supposedly it's a bad thing that our offense is really simple or really elementary. So what? You know what we're going to run. We know what we're going to run. Fucking stop it.
Everybody on the same page. At least.
Well, I mean, it's like in U of H basketball. You don't run. They're not running anything complicated. You run you run the same shit for 25 years. You could pull up tape of Kelvin back at OU, and they're running the same stuff. Maybe a wrinkle here, wrinkle there, but
yeah, he changed some things.
That's what it is. The wrinkles. The wrinkles. Right. We know what's coming, but we just don't know. There's so many things you got to account for. And like last year with Jamal, it was, first play was going to J1. Stop it.
Mm-hmm. And you know it's going to J1 and it's going right to the rack. What are you
That
going to
right
do?
lock, he going right to that right shoulder, left hook every time. It's like,
Yep.
stop it. You know, it's crazy. It's going to be the same shit this year. Stop it.
Exactly.
No, they're going to be going to Jawan on the first play 30 years from now. It's just going to be, he's going to come out before every game and do his little wave, and they're going to throw one to him. And he's going to do that same goofy move, and it's
Hey, man,
never going to change.
if it ain't broke, don't fix it, man.
Nope.
Glad them boys got to win, though, man. Damn. That is true. Execution is key. Remember, Coach Sam, he used to say, like, there's a difference between running a play and executing a play.
Yep.
And when you execute a play, timing becomes a big factor, because if you do something too early or do something too late, now you done fucked up the whole play. Now it won't work, and the defense has sniffed it out. So the timing is a major component of the difference between running a play and executing a play. That's great. That was a great comment, for sure.
Okay, great comment.
For sure. Who was that? Was that a usual, or was that a newbie?
Yeah, that's one of our subscribers. So yeah, that's one of our guys. We like our guys. Offensive line was surprisingly looked decent. I'm going to tell you, go back and look at the numbers and the stats, and they've been looking better. You didn't see it on the scoreboard the last 2 weeks, but the offensive line has been better. They looked very competent this week.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they had a penalty this week.
I don't. Oh, didn't we have one false start once we got inside the red zone?
Yes, you're right. You're right. There was a false start.
But no
right.
holding like like we typically did.
Yep. So
that's better. I spent more time watching what was going on behind Zion on that 70-yard run, looking for a flag, than I did watching him run. It's like, oh no, I know a flag's coming now. I know a flag's coming. Nope. Okay, great, awesome.
And Joseph Manjack is running right there with Zion on the front side, blocking and making sure that he stays clean. Galen, this is a weird question for today, but
really? Fuck.
Yeah.
Do you like being kicked in the nuts or punched in the throat? Which one?
I'd say what hurts the one that hurt the most was I'd say Kentucky.
I agree with you. He's hearing things.
No, it's literally a gym rat, but that just literally climbed up the dam. That's crazy. But I'd say Kentucky 2019, just because we felt that we were a Final Four team. Everybody in that locker room, we all believed it. In fact, that was whenever we broke down chants in the huddle in practice, we found a 4-on-3, and it's just like I felt like we had everything that we needed to succeed. Obviously, we lost to a good Kentucky team. A couple of those guys are $100 million guys in the NBA, but I felt like we had everything we needed to win that game and also advance. So I'd say that was more so. And also it being my senior year, there was a couple of those guys that I, like with Armani, I played with Armani for 3 years. Chris Harris, me and him were roommates, played with him for 2-3 years. Fabian, all those guys, man. Corey, that was just a special group to me. I still keep up with every single one of those guys to this day. But yeah, that was definitely by far. Yeah.
Okay, so
definitely.
You said y'all, when you broke the huddle, you said 1, 2, 3, Final Four. Did you do that all year?
It was like in practice, whenever we broke down our guard group, Coach Q, he'd bring it up. We'd be like Final 4-on-3. That was our saying. That was our goal. Because it's just like, I remember Coach Sam used to say, he was like, you're 40 minutes away from being 40 minutes away. And it's just like, and it's just like when you get to that time of year, anything can happen. And I will just never forget, I think it was Auburn and North Carolina they played before us. and Auburn had won. And then we ran out. I think Breon was behind me, Breon Brady, and it's like it was in Kansas City, Missouri, if I'm not mistaken, and it's just blue, Kentucky blue everywhere. And it's
Okay.
like we got our one little patch of red. Well, we running out there, and this is like I remember I shot the first layup, and all you hear is BBN, BBN. I was like, damn, this shit is real.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was like, but that shit was amazing. That was a great atmosphere. But I just remember thinking like, damn, we are really playing against
The
big,
world.
the world, the
Mm-hmm.
world. Yeah, that was cool for sure. Definitely.
So I don't know what the hell has happened with Emanuel. I am not getting any responses. Galen checks out, then checks back in.
I mean, I damn need to see if I need to hit him up before.
Yep. We're going to move on to football in just a minute. And so
Should I contact him, Ryan?
Yeah, feel free.
I bet. Appreciate you. Let me leave right quick. I'm gonna come right back. Pause.
Okay. Brad.
Yo.
Texas Tech is 3-0 in the conference.
That's crazy.
4 other teams are 2-0, I believe. And then 3 teams are 0-3. And then there's that middle spot.
U of
H is in the middle, which is the biggest upset of the year to this point.
Yeah, we're not. I mean, the crazy thing is looking here. I'm looking at the standings now and seeing Oklahoma State and Kansas at the bottom. I expected both of those to be
right in the middle.
Right, I expected them to be close to the top. Excuse me.
I mean, Alan Bowman, he's 100 years old.
Yeah,
and so it's like difficult.
14th year.
Yeah, well, U of H saw him 3 head coaches ago. In 2018, his first ever action in Lubbock.
But
and
college football is just really, really weird this year. Well, I mean, I have to remind myself, this is the new world. This is what it's going to be.
But this feels like 2007, when everything was chaos.
Yeah, but I think it's going to be chaos for quite a while, just because
maybe
it's hard to sustain. It's going to be hard to sustain really good teams outside of the top usual suspects, because I mean they're going to get the best of the best on the in the transfer portal. But I think that with so many bodies moving every year, it's all going to come down to, 1, do you have a quality quarterback? And 2, do you have a coaching staff who can identify guys and bring them all together to start producing early? I think everybody's going to I think everything's going to level out, in week 8, 9, 10. But
8, 9, 10.
It's the damage you can do up until then. It's where I think people are going to be able to really kind of establish themselves and get ahead. Okay.
We're going to move on. Devan Williams is on time, so we're going to bring him in. Not happening all the time today, but thank you, Devan. We appreciate it. How you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good. How you doing?
This Sunday night has to feel a lot better than the last 2, I would assume.
Oh, yes, sir. Most definitely. Feels good waking up knowing we got a dub going into the bye week.
Yeah.
So what was different about this week of preparation and then playing the game than the couple of weeks before that?
Really what was different is just I feel like we had a lot more trust in each other as a team. Offensive wise, I feel like we all really got each other going. Coach Fritz, he had us come down as a team and spoke to us, said a lot of things that we needed to hear, and kept it real and 100% with us. So I feel like that opened a lot of our eyes and just, throughout the week pushed us to practice even harder, limit the errors, mistakes, because a lot of the things that we did, it was all on us. I don't feel like anything that a team did just really beat us completely or did a lot better than us. I feel like a lot of the time we beat ourselves. So we just limited the mistakes and capitalized on what the defense gave us.
When you said Willie brought you all together, what can you explain that?
So, like, well, it was Thursday. Before like we left, we had a little walkthrough, and he had us come together, take a knee, and then just was talking to us, telling us, how he felt and how us as a team, how we looked, and how he perceived us, like we didn't really want to be there, like we didn't want to work. So that kind of opened our eyes because a lot of us wanted to show up. A lot of us is there to work, play ball, show everybody what we can display. And so when he said that, I feel like all of us as a team and as a whole kind of woke us up and realized we wasn't working as hard as we needed to.
Okay.
No, when you hear that from the coach, what's the impact in the locker room once the coaches are gone? All the coaches are gone. You get a nice dressing down. What goes on in the locker room after that? What are you saying? What are you guys saying to each other to hold each other accountable?
I really want to say we say much in the locker room. I mean, most of the accountability comes on the field, but
Right.
I feel like it's all, to us, it's understood without having to say anything.
Right.
So I feel like that in the locker room, not much is said about it because I feel like for everybody it's understood without us having to, repeat it once again.
Mm-hmm.
You're from Temple.
Yes, sir.
This is TCU was almost a home game for you.
Yes.
Do you have a lot of friends and family in the stadium?
Yeah, a lot of my family came to the game. It's crazy that you said that because TCU had offered me out of high school and then pulled my
Okay.
offer when the new coach that came. So I
Okay.
felt like I felt like I had a little bad blood there in that game.
Whoops, Sonny.
Little payback. Get the
payback.
get the nice TD.
Oh yeah, now a good friend of mine, Quentin Johnston, because we played at high school together. I still talk to him a little bit now. I asked him if he was going to be at the game. He didn't give me a response about it, but I know he saw what we did at TCU, so that was definitely felt good coming out with that win.
Yeah.
So walk us through 3rd and 5. You had gotten down there. There was the targeting penalty. You get the 3rd down. Walk us through the call and what you did and make that catch.
Well, the call was it was supposed to be a double move, so it was supposed to be like a Vegas pump, like a little slant go, but instead he was pressed. So I pretty much was just like I told coach at practice, he was like, "What are you gonna do if he's pressed?" And I was like, "I'm just gonna give him a 1-2, give him a little release, and then turn it into a fade." And that's pretty much what I did. Like they told me, like, "Dev, the ball's coming to you, make a play." That's exactly what I did.
Yep.
When you say coach, you mean Derek Sherman?
Yeah, Coach Fritz, Coach Bell, everybody that was on the sideline was pretty much like the ball's coming your way. You need to make a play.
So you look up, the defender is kind of jumped and stretching out, and he's not going to make a play. And you're right there.
Yeah.
You're getting your first touchdown at Houston. I know you had 2 last year at Tulsa, but in your home state, in front of your friends and family, how cool was that moment for you?
Oh man, I couldn't even celebrate. I didn't even know what to do after I scored. I was so happy. It was just
I noticed. It was
I didn't know what to do. I was just jumping around, like I was excited. I was like, man. It was a crazy feeling. It was a lot of adrenaline.
The replay this morning, and the camera cuts to you, and the guys around you are coming up to you, and Zion Chris, and you are caught. The ref is right next to you, and you're like, "Uh-oh, are we going to get in trouble? I don't want to bother anybody."
So me and
bro,
Zion
you just scored a touchdown. Yeah, you did your handshake.
And he stopped our handshake. We had a whole celebration that we planned because we knew we were going to score on that play. We had a whole handshake that we planned on. And then as soon as we were doing it, we went to do a little dance. And the ref was like, y'all need to go to the sideline. And we were like, that's why I kind of looked at him like, oh,
okay. That cleared that up. This is the most important question we're going to ask you. What did you think of that uniform?
Oh, that black and red looks nice. That black, white, and red looks really good. I think the black uniforms look really good, but that white and red to offset the black, oh, that just went together really good.
So all of the fans disagree with you, but all the players, oh yeah, well, they're old. All the players seem to love it, but all the fans didn't like it. But the last time U of H wore that basic uniform, they won a game 42-3.
I guess you wear that one.
You wear that one at TCU, both road games. You wear that one, and another win, another double-digit win on the road.
It's got points in it.
Might see that one again.
fans going to start loving the uniforms.
Yeah,
We
They
get
might
wins
have
in
to.
them.
Whatever's got points, I'm gonna like. So
Yeah.
you know, whether I like it or not, if it's got points in it, if it's got W's on it, let's go.
So wear them every game if that's the case.
Exactly. I'm superstitious, so you know, don't
No,
mess with the winning streak.
I am too. Don't split the pole. You better walk around the same side as me. I'm very superstitious.
Exactly.
You've started to see your playing time increase. Is that your work in practice? Is it being more familiar with the system, understanding the playbook? What do you think that is?
I think it's a little bit of both. Just the coaches having that trust in me, knowing that I'm going to be in the right spot, make the play, understand my assignment. I think as practice came on, and I'm just starting to make more plays in practice, showing up a lot more consistent. Really relying on me a lot more. So I feel like that's why it's bringing my play time to an increase.
Okay. What's happening this week? Is it going to be practice as usual, or are you going to maybe get some days off?
So we got the weekend off. We got Saturday and Sunday off. It was just treatment. Tomorrow we go in for a lift in the morning, watch some film, but
Okay.
we don't practice tomorrow. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday we practice, and we're off Friday. So pretty much he
Nice.
wants to give us like a recovery week, get our bodies back. Everybody who's been injured or has some bangs, cuts, and bruises, get everybody healed up so we're good to go against Kansas.
But you have to think that if you lost the TCU game, maybe you're not getting the weekend off. Maybe you're not getting Friday off, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Little
I mean,
carrot, maybe.
Coach Fritz is he sticks to his word. He sticks to how he feels is necessary. So I feel like we would have got the same amount of days off, but we would have attacked the practice with a lot more head of steam. We're still going to attack the same way. I mean, we're still down in the season, still 2-4. We're still trying to make a bowl game. That's still possible. So we're still going to attack practice even harder than we would have if we lost. Even harder now that we have won because we know what's at stake.
We're going to have Rashawn Sanford on in just a few minutes. Tell me about him and his game. What do you like about what you see from him?
Oh man, he's a head down runner. I mean, he doesn't care who's in his way. He's a powerful runner. He's shifty, quick, elusive. Man, it's just my guy. We played against each other in high school, so I saw it firsthand.
That's right.
I saw it firsthand when he went for 200 against us. So I see it firsthand. I mean, he's a guy. He's a go getter.
Well, he does that in high school. He was going for 200 against everybody.
Yeah.
Is what it looked like. So yeah. All right, Brad. Do you have anything else?
No, that's it.
Awesome. Devan, we appreciate it. Congratulations on their first score and the win. First Big 12 win of the year. And we'll see you in a week.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
Let me ask you one more question.
All right.
Going to Arrowhead and playing in a stadium like that, is that a big deal to players?
Yes, it is. I mean, everybody wants to play in the NFL stadium, in the
Right.
NFL type. I think that's a big deal to everybody. I mean, just to get that feeling, because not everybody gets a chance to go to the league. So
Right.
being in that type of environment, I feel like, I mean, that's a major deal to me. I know it's a major deal to a lot of my teammates. So yeah, I'd say that is a very big deal to all of us.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you, Devan. We appreciate it.
Enjoy
Yes,
the
sir.
week
Thank you
off.
so
Look
much.
forward to it.
I appreciate it. Thank y'all. Have a good night.
All right, man. Have a good one.
Good guy.
Gotta like it.
And he's only a sophomore.
And
You got 2 more years.
that's cute. That's kind of huge for us. Yeah, young guys producing. That's a big deal for us.
Young guys who you did not expect to produce or
Right.
not expect to play meaningful moments in big games.
When
producing.
the thing that I like to see is guys have the ability to come in and make an impact. It doesn't matter where you start during the season, but if you're keeping up doing what you normally are supposed to be doing, then you get a shot and you get your opportunity.
Emanuel Sharp is in the building. He's 30 minutes late.
Emanuel Null.
We're at the under 8-minute timeout, and Emanuel shows up.
Son, 30-second sprint. Soft ass.
65.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Emmanuel, what's practice been like for the last couple of weeks? Where is this team at? How are you feeling, etc.?
I mean, it's pretty much the same every year, Coach. try and get everybody acclimated, try and get the culture acclimated with everybody. Practices are hard. I know Galen knows bubble drill, all that. So it's rough, but every team has to go through it. It's nothing crazy, nothing to get too worked up over. But this team's good. It's a great group of guys. We all love each other, and we're gonna be a good team.
You said something a couple weeks ago to the media that it's weird being thought of as one of the old guys,
Mhm.
that you're one of the veteran guys. What has changed in that kind of role for you as being a veteran?
Yes, I gotta have a louder voice with everybody. I can't just be in the kind of the background like how I was the first 2 years, just being a regular player. You gotta now I gotta be the one to pick somebody up. Usually, my first 2 years coming in as a freshman or sophomore, I had guys like Maul, Mark, guys to kind of lead for me. But now that I'm in their shoes, I kind of have to take up after them, have a louder voice, whether that's in conditioning and practice. Whenever somebody's struggling, or even when we're not struggling, just encouraging people, and it's just stuff like that you gotta get used to, since I'm not used to it.
Did somebody on the staff come to you and talk to you about, okay, now you're older, you need to be more vocal in your leadership?
I mean, I hear it every day, especially from Coach Samp. He gets on me all the time because I'm still learning. I'm not the best leader right now, but I'm getting used to it, and he vocalizes that to me every day, getting on me, letting me know whenever I'm not being loud enough. But it's not just him; it's the rest of the coaching staff, and that's what makes them such a great coaching staff.
When you say you're not the best, what do you mean by that?
I still got to learn when to use my voice. I'm still kind of how do I put this? Just sometimes.
Figuring out your leadership style.
Yeah, like, cause
Yeah.
you know how like Maul's the type to really get on a guy, and sometimes I'm not that type of leader, but just
Yeah.
figuring out what works best for me. I'm still figuring it out, but it's coming along.
How weird is it to not have him around anymore?
I'd say not as weird as I thought it would be.
Okay.
Like it's weird not having him on the floor, but it's a new year. It's a new team every year, and
Yeah.
when Maul was a freshman, there was no like he had Dejan and Quentin, so it's normal now. Now that I've gotten used to it. In the beginning, it was kind of new, but it's been what 4 or 5 months since June since we got here, so I've gotten used to it by now.
What about you lived with him last year? Am I
No, no, no. That was
or y'all
LJ was his
just
roommate. We
okay,
just
that's right.
I was just we worked out together like all last year,
Okay.
so I was with him a lot.
Okay. Uh Galen, Brad, do y'all have anything?
I have a lot actually.
Uh-oh.
I mean, not a
Uh
lot, but it's just like I gotta ask you because it's just leadership styles. Like that's just the thing I just wrote down because I remember like the with Damian Dotson, he wasn't like a demonstrative, I'm about to get on your ass type leader. He was
Yeah,
more so like a lead by example. I can talk to you type of leader, and like that really worked for him because of his personality. But
yeah.
um, the first question I got is, what newcomer has stood out to you at practice?
Uh,
And you can
I
include the red shirts.
yeah. I say definitely Mercy.
Mer-
Mercy. Yeah, Mercy's gonna be a really good player. He's still a freshman, so he's still getting used to the physicality, the speed of things, how we got to be connected on defense,
Mhm.
what coach wants him to do on the offensive end. But you can just
Shit that he's never had to think about.
yeah, like it's just normal freshman stuff. I mean, we all
Yeah,
go through it when we first get
yeah,
there. Like, you can just tell what type of player he's gonna be, and I just know he's gonna be a great player. Just
yeah.
with his shot making ability, he's got a defender's body. He's just got to learn, how to use
How
it.
to?
But
Yeah.
yeah, like, but
Mm,
he's gonna be great. He's gonna make a lot of big shots for us for sure.
mm. So from the returning guys, who's taking the biggest step?
Biggest step. It's a lot of us. I'm not gonna lie. It's a lot of us taking a big step. Ramon's been taking a big step. JoJo for sure. Jay. Those three are probably, I say, had the biggest step. Just
Mm.
Jay looks a lot more comfortable, and then JoJo's always been good. You know, he's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
everybody just looks a lot more comfortable because we're all returners, so we all have a year under our belt. Jay's got 3 years under his belt. He's a senior, so everybody just looks a lot better.
Son,
Can you
be all conference in your role, son.
uh,
Yeah.
can you tell us more about Jay feeling more comfortable? Because I think that's the impression I got late in the year was he just felt a little out of sorts.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, but it's just experience. He's had 3 years in this program, and the improvement's gonna be there. The player development's amazing, so you don't really have a choice but to get better, and you can just really tell this summer coming in how much better he's gotten, and you can tell in our scrimmages and practice. He just looks a lot more fluid. He's being more aggressive and just being more assertive on both ends of the floor.
You talk about player development, and Brad Towns just sent me this a little earlier about development from your first 4 months in the program.
Hey
Uh,
yo,
That's
you
crazy.
went from
first day,
kind of,
get him a McChicken and a large fry. Damn,
yeah, I mean, kind of, let's be honest, a little
Dog,
bitch tits.
damn, boy.
Oh,
chill. I
you're going to
need
talk?
you.
You're going to talk? Because
Hey,
this is what you look like.
hey, I always had abs. I always had abs though, Ryan. I always looked like a
I mean,
basketball player.
Dog.
Well,
you look like,
you gotta be fair to him though, man. The dude was on a broken leg when he came
You're
in
right.
here.
You're right. And he put in the
Yeah.
work. And he put in the work
no,
for sure.
100%. Put in the work. This guy, though, I mean, you look like the wrong side of a Dateline episode.
Hey,
Uh,
it's just a lack of facial hair. But you asked me to raise up.
no,
I
that
said
is not a lack of
count
facial hair.
It
You
six
was
look like
it's the beard.
abdominals,
It's
three
you
the
look
pairs.
like an 8-year-old boy in this photo. You do
Gavi Lewis,
not look like
Gavi Lewis, Player of the Year.
beard.
okay. Uh,
That's too funny.
Hold on. So I got a question for you, man. What was a step that you wanted to take? A step that you wanted to take in with your development going into this new year.
Just being more comfortable with the ball in my hands and making decisions. Like my decision making, knowing what I want to get to, like coming off screening roles, knowing what moves I want to get to. Because I've been mainly just a defensive and a catch and shoot guy, but I've got a lot, like way more aspects of my game that I'm yet to show, and I just been working on it all summer. Like in high school, I did way more than just catch and shoot, but college is different. Like you gotta get used to the
Got to earn your
speed.
right, damn near.
Yeah, like you can't just come in and think you're gonna do exactly what you did in high school. You gotta really work back up to it. But
Yeah.
it's my third year, third and a half year, and I just all summer I've been playing out of pick and rolls a lot with the ball in my hands more, and just not even just scoring, but getting to the paint, making my teammates better, just stuff like that I've been working on all summer is what I'm gonna really get to this year.
Yeah, I noticed your throughout the season, your rebounding picked up quite a bit. Your defense
Yeah, that
got a
too.
lot better, but then towards the end of the year, you started getting to the hole a lot more frequent. You were able to get to the middle and
Mhm.
to the baseline and be able to at least score or be able to dish and hit the open guy.
Yeah.
Um, I'm
You
glad to
know,
hear that
you know why, Towns?
that's the next evolution.
You know why he was able to get to the rim? Because the opposing team's coaches, they said if y'all let this fucker get a three off, it's gonna be hell for y'all. And they were scared shitless of him getting hot and shooting the ball, so he was able to get to the paint. Like it's crazy how that works.
Yeah, well,
Crazy how that works.
they had reason to worry as the
Oh, you
A&M
had
game
reason to
showed.
worry. Once this boy get hot, it could be death sentence for us, for real. Maybe man, this is,
Emmanuel,
you got one.
yeah, tell me about Ryan Elvin as a coach.
I'm not gonna lie, it's not much different than him as a player. Last year him being a walk on, he was always in our workouts, being the offensive player, trying to get us to mess up, and he's been doing the same thing this year. It's just more of a coach's role. He's helping us work out a lot more, just helping guys on the side extra with like there's free throw groups. He's helping guys shoot free throws every day. Any guy that wants to come back and get more shots, Ryan was there for him So it's basically what he did last year. It's just a bigger portion of it, and we appreciate him a lot for sure.
You think it's just been smooth sailing for him?
Yeah, I think he's really a natural because I know Ryan was really a coach at heart. So
Yeah.
yeah, so it's really natural for him. I know it's easy, but you know he's gonna get better and better at it. So
The greatest ability is dependability.
yes.
Shout out Ryan Elvin, man. Shout out Ryan Elvin.
I
I got one more question, Ryan.
Okay, go get it.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe two more, depending on how this goes. But how does this year's team differ from last year's team?
I just say our pace. I think we can play at a lot faster pace this year. Just
Is
just
it because
because.
of depth?
Yeah, just because the guys, at the end of the year we were thin, so we
Yeah,
had to really slow down. But this year we got a lot of bodies, so we're gonna be able to get out and run, and get guys in and out quick, and really really get into a groove offensively, but the defense is always gonna be there. So
absolutely.
yeah, well as long as Sam's here, we gonna guard. So,
As long
but
as
just
any Samp is there.
no, seriously. But just playing with a faster pace, getting out on the break more, just things like that. We're gonna be a lot better this year.
Okay.
I like that. I like that kind of wrinkle.
Yeah. What about Terrence Arsenault coming back? Is same guy, better, worse?
No, better for sure.
Okay.
Terrence is coming off an injury, but he's been working. His work ethic's great. He's been getting his legs strong, and he's still trying to get used to the speed of things, and because I know how it is coming off an injury like that. It's
Yeah,
tough.
true.
Being sore after practice, just the wear and tear. You feel it a lot more
Just the
coming back.
fear too. The fear.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Like there's a mental block you got to get over, especially coming back from an injury. But I know once he gets comfortable again, he'll be great.
Okay. Uh, 2 years ago today, you and Galen sat in the film room with me.
3 years.
It was my
Yes,
first time
sir.
being around you, Emmanuel, and
Hall of Fame content right there, man.
it
Hall
was
of
really
Fame.
good. We asked you about the culture and how do you stay in it and how do you keep it going. This is a little short snippet of what you said that day.
Yeah, that's how I try to be. That's how I try to be. I can't let it get to me. Cause he sees that. Too.
Yeah.
If you let it get to you, he gonna see it, and it's gonna fire him up even more. I just gotta nod my head. And say, yes, sir.
No facial expression.
No face. Just yes, sir. Yes, sir. Get online. Yes, sir. Like, you know what I mean?
Okay. The two of y'all with the yes, sir at the same synchronized time.
Hey, Ryan. That's what we call trauma bonding. Bonding over trauma. Hey, get your ass on that line, yes, sir.
Nah, seriously.
All right.
Man. Good times.
All right. Emmanuel, Galen, thank y'all so much. We appreciate it. That was good. Galen, paint that wall. It looks so terrible.
No, man. No, you gotta keep it. You gotta keep it real.
This the aesthetic. This the dungeon. We call this this what the young fella be talking. This the trenches right here. You know what I'm saying? I'm a real trench baby. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Well, go take care of your gym rat, and we'll see y'all a little later. Thank you, Emmanuel. We appreciate it.
Thanks,
Of course,
guys.
thank you guys. Seriously.
All right, y'all.
Emmanuel, Galen. Rashawn Sanford is about to join us. This is kind of chugging along.
Hey, hey, everything works out eventually.
Eventually. We're gonna click Star Pizza. Get you some Star Pizza. Get you a little some of this right here.
Mm-hmm.
Segue. Rashawn Sanford, your running back,
Yes,
scored
sir.
his first collegiate touchdown this weekend. Brad was looking
Yes,
at
sir.
your resume and saw that if you could eat anything for the rest of your life, it would be pizza.
Yes.
Have you had
I love
Star
pizza.
Pizza yet? Have you had Star Pizza yet?
No, sir.
We're gonna have to make that happen.
We're gonna have to fix that. We're gonna have to fix that because
Yes,
it
sir.
is the absolute best pizza in town. And this is coming from a not slim guy, so you can trust me on that.
Yes, sir.
So I've been around here for a while, and they take care of us. So we're going to have to make sure that you're next in line.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Rashawn, it's your first year on the field. I know you were here last year, had the injury in camp. Tell people how you would describe your game.
I feel like for me being on the smaller side for running backs, I run tougher than most do. I have a lot of speed to my game and can make a lot of decisive cuts. I really don't know who I would compare myself to, but I would say I'm a pretty tough runner. Get a lot of yards after contact.
I think you're leading the Big 12 in that category.
Yes, sir.
So that's pretty good.
Yes, sir.
Take us through that. You had a couple of carries getting up and scored that one. What are you thinking when you know you're getting that ball and you get across the goal line and score for the first time?
It was a lot of emotion, since I didn't get to play last year. All the work that I have put in leading up to that moment, it was just like a burst of excitement. And it was just a great moment all around. I really didn't. I had a celebration planned, but I didn't get to do it. I was too excited. All the emotion just kind of took over, and then it just felt really good though.
You can do all that planned celebration on the second, third, and fifth.
Yes,
and
this
20th,
one, just
20th
enjoy
and
it.
30th, yeah. We'll get into it. I got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
You had to sit out last year at because of an injury.
Yes, sir.
Of course, when that happens immediately, it seems like it's going to be the worst thing ever. But what were you able to learn by not being able to play from just watching and from knowing that you're not going to have to go out there and play, or you're not going to be able to go out and play? What are you able to kind of pick up from the game that you might not have been able to pick up had you been in it?
Really, it gave me a chance to dive deeper into the playbook, which is really one of the first things you want to do when you first step on campus or you get a new offense. You want to learn the playbook, because once you understand what you're doing throughout the play, then the game kind of slows down. And that's really the biggest change when moving to college, is how fast the game is moving. So once it slows down at that point, from sitting on the sideline, I could understand why things were happening and stuff like that. So
No, that you mentioned the kind of exactly what I was looking to hear, as far as being able to adjust to the speed of the game by without even being out there in it. But now that you're out there in it, it feels to me like you're able to see holes that aren't there yet, but you know that they're going to be open within about a quarter of a step.
yes, sir. So like I was saying, when you understand like the blocking schemes and things like that, you'll understand where things are supposed to hit and the timing they're supposed to hit. And even if it doesn't look like it's going to be there right now in college football, I've noticed that the game is faster. So it might not be there right now, but it's like a split second that you have to get through there. And yeah.
Nice.
You have been depended on to do some pass blocking, which typically you wouldn't see from a freshman. What is it about that activity that you enjoy? And then you go out and catch some balls. You caught 8 balls, I believe, this year.
Yes, sir. Pass blocking and catching. Well, I try to make myself very available. If you're versatile, a lot of you're more open to staying on the field rather than just being inclined to one skill set. So, especially being a smaller back again, I try to make sure I do everything to the best of my ability, and I got to take pride in things like pass blocking and catching out the backfield, because it makes me more valuable to any offenses on the next level, or even to our offense right now. So,
Tell me about Jamarian Burnett. That guy is running hard.
right.
What do you think about his game? Break it down for us.
I love it. It kind of reminds me like the old school running backs back in the day, the tough, hard nose, get the tough runs, embracing the dirty runs. And I just like how he's huge. Like, he just really run through anybody's face if he wanted to. So I really like that about his game. It's different more than what we're seeing in today's game. So.
And tell me about, since we're doing this, Stacy Sneed. he's getting a lot of use in the offense. And what do you see from his game, and what can you learn from it?
I like how Stacy is so swift, and I like his vision as well. Like his vision, the way he sees things and able to make cutbacks is unreal to me. Um, he can catch really good out of the backfield as well. So I like how versatile he is as well. He's very quick and shifty. He has really good balance. For him not being on the heavier side, well,
Yeah.
I really like Stacy though. He's tough.
Okay. So you had 2 fumbles at Cincinnati.
Yes, sir.
What have you done since then to atone for that, and then to make sure that it doesn't happen anymore?
Um, the first thing I have to do is, go back and understand what I had did wrong. And during the weeks, I would, my coaches and stuff, they would help me, but I would work on my ball security, doing extra ball security drills, whether or not that's on the field or even in the weight room, getting some extra grip work. Just have to switch something up to allow me to make sure that doesn't happen anymore, and then just keep on repping it at practice so it becomes second nature at that point.
Okay.
It's good.
Yeah, for sure. Here's a question for you from one of our viewers. Who is the fastest player on the team?
Me.
Zion was pretty fast on that 71-yard run.
Yeah, he's a
But you
slider.
think you got him?
Yes, sir.
All right, there you go.
No, I look forward to seeing you catch a seam and get in the open field, because I think the one thing that stands out to me about your game is how fast you get from 0 to top speed. Like it seems like as soon as you plant and make a cut, you're at top speed within a step or 2.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I feel like I've heard that a few times, that I'm pretty explosive. I don't really know where that comes from, but the weight room does help. The weight room
God.
does help that as well. So yes, yeah, exactly. It comes from guys, God given. But yes, sir. I appreciate that.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun to watch. I'm really looking forward to you being able to get out on one of those screens, hiding behind an offensive lineman, and then all of a sudden, gone.
Just burst through. Yes, sir.
Exactly.
That's going to be fun. All right, Rashawn, we appreciate. Oh, one more question.
Yes, sir.
You're going to Arrowhead in a week and a half, almost 2 weeks, I guess. Is that important to you to play in NFL stadiums?
I feel like just to get a feel for it, yeah, like it'll be like an early feel, and it'll just be a cool experience all around. Like a lot of people don't get a chance to do that, so
Right.
just want to be grateful for it and not take that for granted, of course. But to get a feel for it would be nice too, seeing how different it might be from a college stadium standpoint and things like that. Yes, sir.
Okay. And what about that uniform y'all wore Friday night? You like it? Don't like it?
Personally, I liked it because I like black, so black's my favorite color, and
Okay.
we incorporated a little black into it. But I liked how it was white, black, and red. I feel like the red kind of popped a little bit on the helmet, so it made it stand out a little bit more. But I like the new uniform.
Nice.
Okay. All right. Rashawn Sanford, first career touchdown this week at TCU and a win. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
First
Thank you,
of
guys.
many.
I appreciate it. Yes, sir. First
Yes,
of many.
sir.
Have a great week. Have a great week, man.
Thank you.
Talk to you guys soon.
All right.
All right. Good dude.
Gotta like it. You gotta like it,
a
man.
lot. We don't deal with bad guys very often. There's just really not many or any on these teams.
No.
And that's a good guy. And as he gets older and gets more skilled in talking to people in this kind of situation, it's just going to get better and better. I think he's got a lot of knowledge, and we're going to get to see that more and more over the next couple of years.
Yeah, I mean, I really he is really, really fun to watch. He's fun to watch, and you can see. I mean, let's not beat around the bush. This guy put up monster numbers.
They're really nuts. The number of touchdowns he scored.
I mean, just everything he did. I mean,
yards.
I remember watching his highlights in high school. I'm like, he's got to be playing for a small school, right? But no.
Harker Heights, yeah.
But no, he was killing it. Absolutely killing it against the top talent. I mean, I think we're really fortunate to have him. It was disappointing that we couldn't have him last year, but I think it was for
the best.
Absolutely.
Give him 4 years in this program, not that program.
Speaking for the best.
Well, no, speaking of coming from small schools, from
What's
the
up?
school that lost to Vanderbilt this week.
He wants to talk about your former small school. I want to talk about being the best. So, but
how y'all doing? Y'all good?
What is going on with them Crimson Tides?
Oh, I'm wondering the same thing.
Got to watch out for the Commodores, man. They're sneaky strong.
When I say that's a once in a lifetime thing, that's awesome. That was history. I was telling my buddies, I was like, they'll be teaching that in social studies. They'll go down in the history books. Yeah, I don't know. But hey, that's the SEC though. It's hard, and that's pretty much every conference nowadays, and especially Power 4 football. I mean, there's no telling how every week's going, and everybody's pretty much good.
Vanderbilt showed signs this year of being better.
Mm-hmm. No, I completely agree. And
but this was a different level.
100%. Whoever plays best on Saturday, it doesn't matter what happened in the background of the team. Whether I know Alabama's known prestigiously of winning, but I mean, if you don't show up on Saturdays, that's what's going to happen. So,
yeah. Well, Alabama's going to learn that. Hey, it's nice you beat Georgia. You better beat the next guy after them too.
100%.
Right, and Georgia does not matter if you don't beat Vanderbilt.
That normally happens when you get a big win, and then the following week, if you end up just soaking it in, that's why everybody preaches the 48-hour rule.
And then you got to go the death trap that is Nash Vegas.
Yep, which I thought was funny. Saban used to always say rat poison and all. He used to always have that, and so I saw Alabama. They put
the rat traps all over.
It
didn't work.
Yeah, no, it definitely didn't work.
Do you think it's a big deal that y'all are not playing this week? You get a big win, and then you don't have to go have that hangover game immediately after.
Yeah, I definitely think so. In my opinion, bye weeks can be good and bad. Strictly, sometimes I feel like it's bad to get out of routine. So if I feel like if the team, and I think Fritz obviously he has a really good background of winning and having successful teams, so he obviously has his process and clockwork for him. But if he can get the team obviously still in the same routine and don't relax, because that's one of the things, just don't be complacent. And so but also the bye week is very good, especially even for myself, but more the other guys. I mean, you got to think the toll football takes, and so you're going in every week, and even practice Tuesdays and Wednesdays. I mean, you're hitting and having contact, and also being able to get the week to get your body recovered and get ready for the game. I feel like that's really good, especially now. I believe we have 2 bye weeks.
Yeah, this year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so it also helps. We played on Friday, so that's an extra day of recovery. So
right, this has got to be the best schedule ever. Is to play Friday going into the bye week,
and
then you get 2 Saturdays.
Yes,
where you just get to watch football.
I was literally about to say that's literally my dream, especially with YouTube TV. So you got 4 screens on, and then just watch away. I'll sit down and watch all day. But actually, this past Saturday I went and checked out A&M game, so I got to watch A&M. Whoop up on Missouri. So I thought that was a good time.
Wait, so y'all flew home? You get home at 2 a.m. A&M played at 11.
Yes, correct. Yeah, so got up and left the house at about 6, and drove over there. Yeah,
you young people, and you're old, but
I know. You said hop on here at 9. I'm normally asleep, but
me,
I guess
too.
I guess really the only thing that's keeping me up is this Sunday night football game getting delayed. I know you're not a big NFL guy, but
no,
yeah,
didn't know it was delayed. Kind of forget the NFL is a thing sometimes. You scored for the first time all year.
I know.
Congratulations.
And you did it.
Got some points. I appreciate it.
You did it 6 times.
It was awesome. Yeah, it was awesome. So forget. I guess it's 12 points. Yeah.
12 points. Now you're one of the leaders. You're one of the 3 scoring leaders on the team now with Manjack and Donovan and
Let's go. Well, hopefully keep it rolling.
So we had Devan Williams and Rashawn Sanford and you on tonight, which the 3 of you beat TCU 24-19. So congratulations
Wow,
on
that's
that.
awesome. That's
Yeah.
awesome. I didn't even think about it that way. I feel
well,
like a good mindset to have is obviously, and this sounds pretty cliche to say, but definitely the best mindset's more just a team win instead of singling out if you scored, whether or not. I would just believe it's a Houston win. So, yeah, I feel like that's a really good mindset to have, especially for any player. Not to, I mean, you always want to be steady climb up and progress and get better. And I feel like it's bad to ride the wave of highs and lows in football, which is pretty easy to do.
True. Yeah.
This is kind of out of left field, but since you haven't gotten the opportunity to score, you see somebody like Devan Williams or Rashawn score. Do you go thank them? Because you really should.
Oh, 100%. Well, definitely running on the field, try and give as many high fives as I possibly can. So that was definitely good to put some points on the scoreboard, especially after the past 2 weeks. I know team, we've just been kind of struggling with that, but I feel like this is definitely a good confidence booster. I believe we spoke. What game was on here? We spoke, and I believe I mentioned just having confidence rolling in. That's always good. I believe it was the Rice game.
Yeah.
Yep.
We only bring you on during after wins.
Maybe we'll keep winning. Well, I was about to say, if you keep bringing me on here, I need to start getting some Go Cougs gear. I need something.
We can make that happen. We've got some rope hats available.
Yeah, I need the hat.
Right now.
Yeah.
All right, we'll take care of it.
Back on here one more time. I'm not joining until I get a hat.
There is a we have a rule where if you do this show 3 times, you get a hat.
Yeah, we're gonna get like a Bill Dance special.
Yeah, now I'm never gonna be back. Won't get a hat and never back on the show.
Cut.
One with a fish hook on it.
Yeah. Dothan, Alabama.
That's what I need, especially being from Alabama.
Exactly.
What was different about this week compared to the last 2 weeks?
I feel like Fritz does a very good job at obviously keeping. He says Groundhog Day, so we do have the same schedule every single time. So nothing changed within that, and so it goes to show you that the process that he has does work. And so I feel like that's one of the good things that's reassuring for the team. But really just the mindset. I feel like it's definitely easy to fall into, I guess, pretty much the dumps. Just fall into the dumps after the past 2 weeks and then first few games. But I feel like the team's done really well, especially the leadership that we have on the team within the players, because I feel like the coaches can only do so much. It's players run the football team. So having good leadership in and making sure the team kind of follows in those footsteps and keeps going. Because the season's not over. Not over. Exactly. There's a lot of football to be played. So
my thought is it's about to get real serious real quick. So the break is over with.
100%. So this is after this bye week. It's big time. Well, obviously we just started conference play, but we're hitting it with a full head of steam after this bye week.
So you kick a couple of extra points, and then you get a field goal attempt. You put that through. Talk me through just obviously you want to do the same thing every time, but getting that first field goal of the year, that's got to build the confidence.
Yeah, no, it's definitely really good. So especially as a kicker, so the uprights definitely get a lot smaller if they're not going in, and if they go in, the uprights do get they seem to get a lot wider when you're out there. So it's pretty much like everything you do. If you see some success, it makes the confidence. Obviously, you'll have confidence, and it makes everything a little bit easier. But whether it's good or bad, I feel like the best thing is kind of focus on or lean back onto your training and know exactly. We're here for a reason. We're obviously out there for a reason and chosen to be on this team for a reason. So we're good enough. So I feel like regardless of the outcome, just trust and keep having confidence. So one of the mindsets that I really like to have is one for one mindset. So whether it's a make or a miss, it's much easier said than done, but forget about it and move on to the next one. Cause I feel like you can get caught into, for example, on Friday, it was 3 field goals, but you can get caught into things like, oh, I made the first 2. Let's try and have a perfect game. I feel like that's a really bad mindset to have as well. Right. You're putting on unwanted pressure on yourself when there's already enough out there.
So let's talk about that. 2 good field goals, had 3 extra points. The 3rd field goal attempt, the piss missile.
Yeah, definitely hit a little lower. Yeah, definitely hit a little bit lower. That was definitely my worst hit of the day. But hey, let's not dissect. Three is three.
No,
Exactly.
we're going to dissect.
But you
didn't.
I figured he mentioned something about it.
Could say you got style points on it because that was a hell of a knuckleball. It moved pretty far.
Yeah, they were. So I tend to sometimes hit. I was hitting a lot in warm-ups. I call it kind of the power fade. So left to right.
I saw them. I was watching.
Yeah, so a few left to rights, and yeah. So I mean, it's really it's almost probably hitting it a little too hard, especially the adrenaline. But hey, trust it, and yeah, no, I was happy. I was happy with the way it went.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you? Is there a difference for you playing on turf versus grass?
I love
what's
grass.
easier? Okay.
I love grass. Turf, especially kicking, is a little bit harder, just because your foot's basically trying to give the grass. My best way to, I guess, describe it is more giving the grass a haircut. So you're just kind of sweeping across the grass. So the turf obviously doesn't give near as much. It's like for golf. You play a lot of golf. It's definitely a lot easier to go out there at the driving range and hit off grass than it is off the turf mat.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I agree with that.
Grass is obviously good. So I was excited, obviously, to be out there at TCU, and then next game against Kansas, we're Arrowhead, and so that's also grass.
Yep. After the game, they cut the grass, and I'd never seen that
at TCU.
Yeah, I was doing the podcast.
Never heard of that either. I didn't know if that was a regular thing or not.
I don't know.
I've never seen that either. That's awesome, though.
Yeah.
I just think it's because they got their ass kicked and they had to clean up the mess.
I was about to say, yeah, or at least get the bad mojo off.
Exactly.
I thought that was by far the best special teams game we've seen this year. No penalties.
Clean.
No screw ups.
I think on every side of the ball as well. Yeah,
100%.
That's definitely one of the things we assess whenever we watch film going in the next day. We're a high penalty team. I forget what rank in college football, but definitely giving
Not
up
good.
the amount of yards that we give up, and especially hidden yardage on special teams. It might be a 15-yard penalty, but it's really could be a 70-yard penalty, 50-yard penalty. So the amount of yards we give up the past few games has been pretty much sickening. And so I believe we played a very clean game.
I love the way you kicked off. Until the one you had to kick through the end zone, you kicked it between the goal line and the 5 and really just kept them from doing anything.
Definitely was hitting them a little bit higher on Saturday.
They were very high.
Yeah,
Friday,
they were very high. Had pretty good hang time on them, but we definitely like to lower it a little bit. But yeah, no, I was happy with it, and our return team did very well.
What do you mean you want to lower it?
Coverage team.
Go ahead.
What do you mean you want to lower it? You don't like how high you kicked it?
It's well, I know you're a golfer, so it's strictly the higher you hit it, say you get under one a little bit, it goes higher and shorter. So if you can lower it, I can drive one. So a few I drove, the touchbacks I had drove. So if you lower it, and especially in some of these stadiums, once you get it above the uprights, there's more wind up there, so it tends to hang up as well. So if just keeping it down a little bit lower would be nice.
I think the way you were kicking it was the perfect way to do it in this situation, especially from your sideline from left to right towards the scoreboard. For whatever reason, the ball seemed to be carrying better that way.
Yeah, that was we had a little bit of wind at our back going that direction.
You couldn't really see it from the flags, but
kicking away from the stadium had it in our face a little bit.
Okay. Brad, do you have anything?
That's it.
We just really wanted you to come on so we could celebrate you scoring.
Exactly.
It was you were like the 40-year-old virgin for a minute. You hadn't scored, but now
no, I know
you are.
I was thinking about it. And I was like, oh gosh, this is rough. So it was definitely it was kind of weird, especially even going out there the first extra point. I was like, this is the first extra point of the year for me. So
I do have a question.
Yep.
The post-game celebration. We saw Willie doing a stage dive.
Oh, that's awesome.
How was that whole?
It cracks me up. Even seeing it after Rice, it was kind of a shocker. So I wasn't near as shocked this week because it was pretty. He does the same. Like I said, Fritz does the same thing every week, and so he's good at sticking to his process. So wasn't as shocked, but no, it's still the whole team loves it. This definitely gives us some energy. It's definitely fun to laugh at him as well.
Yeah, it's great. It's great timing to be able to have that coming into the off week. And
that's definitely what football is all about. So
yeah,
it goes to show you what you work for.
Exactly.
Is going and playing at Arrowhead a big deal to you?
Oh, 100%. Well, I mean, think about it. Not everybody can.
I am thinking about it.
Well, not everybody can say that they played a game in Arrowhead. Nobody. I mean, very few people can say that. Yeah. So that's one of the things. I mean, it means a lot to me, and I'm sure everybody else here on the team. But also, I feel like I said, I feel like it can be a good and bad thing, especially going out there, because you obviously don't want to do too much, especially under an even bigger stage than what we're already on. So it's just sticking to our training process and obviously just trying to be consistent in the same team every single week.
Yep.
Okay. But yeah, it's a huge deal. I'm really excited about it.
Okay. And you're an old white guy, so I'm going to ask you this question. What did you think of that uniform?
The uniform, ours?
That you just played in on Friday.
I thought it looked pretty nice.
Okay.
I think I had some swag to me.
You looked like you were wearing Lululemon.
Oh, I love it.
Because you had your pants all the way down. It looked a little, I don't know.
No, I liked the white and black combo. I believe that was the first time we did it, so I didn't necessarily know if it'd work out. But no, I definitely think we should bring that one back.
Hey, it's got points in it.
I'm just waiting on the blackout. That's my favorite. I'm ready to see who we're going to be blacking out.
True.
You have to imagine that it would be Halloween weekend for Utah, is my guess.
Yeah, you're probably a lot smarter than me, so it's definitely Utah.
Probably, yeah.
I hope.
Yeah, definitely Utah.
The last time U of H wore that combo, it was a different helmet. They wore the script on the helmet. Was ECU right before you came here, and U of H won that game 42-3. So,
well, honestly, we might just have to wear it the rest of the year.
Here's the thing:
we might just have to do away with all the rest of the uniforms and just keep that.
Yeah,
it's got points in it, man. Might not be my favorite to look at, but you know what? If it's got points in it, I'd pretty much wear anything.
Oh, I know. I'm also waiting on the baby blues.
Here's the thing:
undefeated with them things.
Go to the NFL stadium and wear the baby blues.
That's what we need.
Go just stick it right in their fucking face.
That would be awesome, especially after all this. I'm still don't even know if we're bringing them back out, but I hope so. Like I said, we're undefeated in them.
It'd be cool. It'd be cool to do. Just kind of a old AFC rivalry, love you blue rivalry.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll give you the EQ guy's number, and you tell him.
Oh, I'll see him. Yeah, I'm gonna be like, hey,
you holler. You talk to him tomorrow whenever you're gonna be at practice.
Well, you're not practicing tomorrow, so
I believe it's just a lift. A lift. See, I'm so used to every single week being the same. I thought we had practice tomorrow.
No,
you're right. Hey, you know more than me. You know more than me. That's for sure.
Devan Williams told me so. That's
we just lift tomorrow and watch film.
Okay. So I did not expect you to be all in on the uniform. I thought you would probably like Arrowhead, mainly because of the grass.
And then I saw it on us, so I thought it was nice.
I thought the helmet looked really good. I don't know about the pant jersey combo; they just didn't look like they matched. But the helmet looked really good.
Hey, it worked. It worked though.
True.
Yeah. And all three players that we had on tonight said the uniform badass. So
I believe everybody, the whole team loved it.
Okay. So we're just going to have to get these old people that support this team to understand that, go with that mojo.
But the thing is we're going to bitch about something. I mean, yes. it doesn't matter.
And you didn't give us anything to bitch about on the field.
We can't do everything right. Y'all got to complain about something.
Exactly. We're gonna find something.
That's what football is about.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We knocked off TCU at home, and I'm sure there's something. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
100%. There's always something.
6 scores. You were part of all 6. That's something.
Hopefully we'll keep it going. So
yeah,
I'm excited about it.
All right, Jack. We appreciate it. Thank you so much for jumping on. Go get you some sleep.
I'm about to watch a little bit more of this game.
Okay.
Since we don't have practice tomorrow, I can stay up a little bit later.
Exactly. Exactly.
I'll stay up till 10 tonight.
Enjoy your week. Look forward to seeing you do it even more next time.
I appreciate y'all.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, Jack.
Have a good one.
Galen, Emanuel Sharp, Devan Williams, Rashawn Sanford, Jack Martin. That's a pretty good lineup.
That's a pretty full day. I'd say it's pretty solid.
You shoot for the moon. You see what you can get.
I think you did a damn good job, Ryan.
I know. Well, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that we did it and talked to them. I mean, you asked almost 2 questions, so we appreciate that.
2.5.
Yeah. So, someone said they look like Tech. The thing is, they were the same color combo last night. That's accurate. Tech won in that uniform at Arizona. You thought Arizona was going to be one of the top teams in this conference. They've already got 2 losses, and they beat Utah.
I did not think Arizona was going to be one of the top 2. I mean, they were a farce last year. And
what do you mean a farce?
They're a one-hit wonder. I mean, what's their Jedfish was came in and had a miracle season for them and abandoned them, and
we didn't abandon them. He got a better opportunity.
Well, exactly,
and that's what
it is. I mean,
about.
It is what it is. But the thing is that I did not believe they had any kind of staying power yet. Had he been there 3 or 4 years, had some time to really get some roots going there, different story. But I mean, there's so much movement right now.
Thank y'all so much for the nice things you're saying. I am not accustomed to this comment. Usually she's like, "Oh, I like that one. I didn't care for what you did." And then, Brad's pretty good. Yeah, I don't know why. We're putting her in a home tomorrow, so whatever. Yeah, so this was a good night, and man, it's just so amazing, the energy difference after a win and 2 just depressing losses.
Well, it's fans are going to be fans, and it's either everything's the greatest thing ever, or it's the absolute worst thing ever. Yeah. No matter what.
And just that's what's going to happen, and that's okay. That's what it's what being a fan is.
You would think that as U of H fans, we should be used to rebuilding years. I mean, we've been doing it for 40 freaking years.
Yeah. Just very few peaks. But
a whole lot of valleys.
Very, very lot of valleys. I'm trying to think of times that you put 2 good years together, and 15 and 16 is the only thing I'm coming up with. 8 and 9 were okay. I mean, you got your first bowl win in a generation, but before that, I don't know.
I mean, 88,
89,
and 90.
Yeah. I mean, just right there. But I mean, since I'm trying to talk about since I've been around,
right?
But that obviously, that was even before you.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So we've got, a place for Mom. There you go, Mom. Shady Pines is going to be quite nice for you. So we told you Friday night we have a piece of good news coming. That's still coming early in the week. We're going to have actually another good piece of news later in the week, I think. And Go Cougs is big. We're the biggest thing going in the U of H space, and it's going to be, you're not even going to see it on the screen big. So very excited about what's coming down the line for us. Very happy that it's in an off week, so we can kind of focus on that and not on an upcoming game. We got the message yesterday that off week, no media availabilities this week, and it's like, ugh! So no practices, no anything. So we've got some bigger things coming. We've got a big long piece of content coming midweek. I'm excited about where we're going from here and where this team's going, And then you're 3 weeks away from playing basketball against Texas A&M.
Mm-hmm.
It just keeps creeping up and creeping up. Emanuel was good today. I wish we'd have gotten we expected to have about 20 minutes with him. I wish we'd have gotten a little more time, but things work out the way things work out. So, but he was good. He was interesting, Galen. Great as always.
Consistent.
He is consistent. Once you get him sat down and strapped into a chair,
he's consistent
great.
In that too.
Yeah, he really is. But yeah. So thank y'all so much. GoCougs.com. Star Pizza. Get you some Star Pizza this week. They'll appreciate it. We appreciate it. Thank y'all so much for watching. This has been a lot of fun to do this Sunday night show.
Yes.
There are Sundays where we don't know what we're going to do. We don't know who's going to be on the show. And we've been working on Emanuel for a few days, and the football players kind of all fell in line. We're trying to get one more player, but that didn't work out. We'll hopefully have him in a couple weeks. So we appreciate y'all for watching. Thanks so much. And Brad, thank you. And we'll do this again very soon. Maybe this coming week. Maybe take a week off. But
yeah,
we'll figure it out.
We took a week off whenever I was
not by my
head
choice.
Was exploding. So we'll do something next week.
Maybe. Thank y'all so much for watching. We appreciate it.